What's good, YouTube? This your favorite player, man, Jeff. Back with another episode of GTV. Got a very jam-packed show for you tonight. So you already know what to do. Roll up, pull up, like and subscribe, and let's get to it. Alright, first off, we're going to get into it. You had the New Orleans Pelicans versus the Lakers the other night. The Lakers were off tonight. In that game, LeBron finished with 34 points, becoming the first player to score 50,000 combined points in the regular season and playoffs. And also, it extended the Lakers' win streak. And him and Luka also dropped 30 points each, which was the first time in Lakers history that you had two players drop 30 points in the game together. So, just want to hop into that. 50,000. That's a lot of points, man. I don't think we'll ever be able to see this again, because just understand that it took this long to get the all-time record, and now he's at 50,000 with the chance to possibly push for 55, 60,000. I believe this Luka trade did give LeBron an extra few years on his clock, considering that he doesn't have to do as much in his latter part of his career, now that he does have a Luka Doncic, who is basically an international version of LeBron, who is just a volume shooter and a willing passer. That's what I believe. You see, Luka Doncic had 15 assists, 8 rebounds. Now, I told y'all in my last video, told y'all those assists would definitely come up. So you talking, this man about to start giving you about in between 25 and 30 points a night, in between 5 and 7 assists a night, which with 5 rebounds, because of all the other activity, he might try to park it under to try to get a little rest. So it might bump up to about 6 and 7. Luka will be almost flirting with a triple-double averaging, so he'll be like another Jokic. Told y'all, Luka assists going up. And what else I had to say? Jackson Hayes, who had a season high of 19 points and 10 rebounds. Boy, gave you a double-double. I told you, Jackson Hayes step it up just a little bit. Remember, I was saying about 12 and 8. Jackson Hayes step his game up. You ain't got to score 12 points, but if you give 12 to 15 a night, with them, need more rebounds. You had 2. Doesn't go ahead and get more aggressive. This man gave you 19 and 10 in the first half, or 19 points in the first half. Is that sustainable for a person like Jackson Hayes? No, but it does let you know the opportunity that is out there for Jackson and his role that is increasing. So that's why I was saying that Jackson Hayes just go ahead and step it up. And this was without Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura. And guess who came in and stepped it on up? You remember I was talking about, go ahead and shake things up. Shake. Come on, son. Shake something. Make something shake. Oh, man. Out here looking like a Frosty. Yeah, Shake Milton. Welcome to the party. 19 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from the 3. He had 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 1 turnover. Dude was a plus 30, plus or minus 12 points. Come on. Listen. Although I'm a LeBron fan, it just happens to be a Laker fan because that's the team to play on. But one thing I do consider myself being objective, and I do look at everything, and I'm, not afraid to take a seat back or just to kind of look at it at a wide vision. I told y'all, Doris Finney-Smith, 30 minutes, he gave you only 3 of 10 from the field, 2 of 7 from the 3 points, but he gave you 5 rebounds, no assists. He only did 2 turnovers, he hit a plus 5, but 8 points. That's on a low night for DFS. Jackson Hayes gave you +4, 8 from 8 from the field, 3 from 3 from free throw, which means he being aggressive with his shots, which I said be more aggressive. 10 rebounds, 3 being offensive, so those extra possessions, and 7 defensive rebounds. So obviously he's clearing the board. So getting started from possession. Only had 1 turnover. That's good. A +4 at 19 points. Gabe Vincent only 1 of 7. He didn't really have the best night, but like I said, Gabe is just one of the people. But he does get in with the starter, so he does get that rotation. Van Doe.
Like he shooting schools up, yellow wide body, Hellcat look like a school bus. Dove up in that water, I ain't had no school bus. Glock on my lap, up and blow like a tuba. You just a hang bitch, I don't get too fucks. You just like to talk a lot, you ain't finna do nothing.
JV. Just vetting. Because that's what he out here doing. Like a true vet. He out here doing work. He was 4 for 7. 2 of 4 from 3. 2 for 2 from the free throw lines. 8 rebounds. 3 offensive. 1 assist. 1 steal. 2 blocks. Plus 27 with 12 points. Say that again. Plus 27.
Duh. Winning.
My boy was active. This the type of energy you need. And welcome to the party, Trey Jemison. Now I know he did get yammed on.
That's called a face. That's called a facial. Whoa! I mean, Jemison.
But he played 17 minutes. He gave you 2 for 2. He gave you 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He was a +7. He only scored 4 points. Now, I believe that Trey Jemison is getting some work because he is the Lakers center. And this was kind of like his first game with some good run. Although Jackson Hayes he played 24 minutes, but Jemison had 17 minutes, and Hayes had 5 personal fouls, and Jemison had 2. So he had to kind of play tonight because Jackson Hayes was in foul trouble. But Jackson Hayes still gave you what he gave you, and he is going to be an important piece moving forward. Jemison is going to be an important piece moving forward as well. Lynn only played 5 minutes. He was a -4. So they traded for you when you out here. You ain't even giving cardio. You out there for 5 minutes. AL, all legs.
My great aunt legs go all the way up, Griffin. Hey, baby, do those legs go all the way up? Why, yeah.
So, but we'll see what he does, moving forward, and getting himself together in the rotation. But right now, you have Jackson Hayes, you have Trey Jemison, you have Alex Lynn. So 3 centers that can kind of combine to give you a nice little stat line. Because again, Jackson Hayes had 19, Jemison had 4. So 23 points. They gave you a total of 15 rebounds, 2 assists, no steals, 2 blocks. So that's pretty good to get that from all your centers, because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take a collective effort. The Lakers' offense is going to be mostly ran by LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, with contributions from DFS, Gabe Vincent, Dalton Connect, who had 26 minutes. He went 5 of 9. He went 2 for 6 from 3, 1 for 2 from the free throw. But he gave you 4 rebounds. He gave you 3 assists, and he only had 1 person foul. He was +2. He put in 13 points. So it was a collective effort. I believe I heard that it was Luka and Ron. They assisted on more than 100 points. So 100 points and 36 up. Like think about that. This squad is moving. They've been playing their best games. This is, I believe, the other day, 7th straight win. Even Zion, shout out Zion, dropped 37 points. 37 points. Trey Murphy, he dropped 19 points. But the Lakers still won by 21 points. Come on, man. Williamson was 17 of 23 from the floor with 6 assists. What? Lakers 11-2 since acquiring Doncic, 7-2 with the Slovenian superstar in uniform. Like, this team is moving, and I don't want to say like they scary, but this is a team that we kind of don't know what this team looks like in the playoffs. We see it kind of right now with them still getting their chemistry together. Luka's still getting his legs under him. He's getting his shot. It's coming along. Like, he dropped 30 points. So, I told you guys. I told y'all. Because he went 1 for 7 like his first night out. So he clean up. He give you a couple, 2-3 of those. Now you're talking about 20 some odd points. And it just keep rolling. And then we got a person like LeBron who is loving it. Who's willing. So he can not take breaks, but he can give you more on the defensive end because the Lakers are playing outstanding defense. I think they're like first in the league in defensive efficiency. So they playing their asses off right now. And they got new motivation. JJ Redick, who everybody tried to shoot on. Which I understand, it's his first year out, but that's no reason for you to tell you that a person can't do it. And right now, he's looking like Coach of the Year, and it's looking like a top 10, top 5 coach in the league right now. That's what's going on with the Lakers right now. And I know you have OKC, who is playing some good basketball, highly defensive. That's going to be probably one of the bigger tests. I believe the bigger test is going to be for OKC, the Nuggets, and the Rockets. Those are the top 3 teams. And the Clippers a little bit too, but the Clippers kind of go as Kawhi and James Harden kind of go. And Kawhi is still, you never know how them knees feeling. And James Harden, you just never know what type of time he on. And the Clippers aren't really that deep team. You got Powell over there, but you're not really trying to be scared of the Clippers. I think the most likeliest matchup that the Lakers probably should go for, but I don't know how it's in the standing, but they should probably look to take on the Mavericks. Mavericks is probably going to have Anthony Davis. If they don't shut him down for the season, there's been some reports that they might shut him down for the season, considering Kyrie. We'll get into that. But considering that they're not going to have like the best team, and if they so happen to end up in a playing tournament, or the Lakers can draw them and get them a nice little warm-up match before dealing with it. But overall, the Lakers are exciting to watch right now. The league, as they say, the league is always good. The Lakers are doing good. I believe that LeBron has been added some time to his clock. I believe Luka is motivated. I believe this Laker team is re-energized because I don't think they had those aspirations, or maybe thought they had some aspirations of getting it to the playoffs, or like really like contending. They thought, they knew they had a playoff team, still was having good records, but didn't really know like that ceiling, and it could have, hit first round, second round. Now with the addition of Luka, LeBron playing the way he's playing, you got the role players playing the way they play, you have the defense stepping up. Now this team is starting to look like a contending team. Now this team is starting to look like a championship contending team. They got a nice little stretch coming up where it's going to be a good indication, or honestly the best indication of what this Laker team is going to do in the playoffs. Because you're playing some teams that, like, now we see what they are against the West. Now we get to see what they are against some of the top teams in the East. They were off tonight, but they do play on Sunday, on the 6th versus New York. Then they play Boston on the 8th, so they give them another 2 days rest. So those 2 games off the bat are going to tell us, it's going to tell the NBA what this team's ceiling is, and how much does them not having a center is going to hurt them. Or I wouldn't say not a center, but like a true big that can really sit there and really bang down there, like a Miles Turner, or that Mark Williams. I believe should have played last night. He didn't score points in the first 10. Anyway, you're going up against New York. You're going up against Cat. That's gonna be cinema. They play versus the Knicks. Yep. So they're playing at home. So this is gonna be even more bonkers. You're gonna have the Lakers at home versus the Knicks. And the Knicks right now have been one of them teams that's kind of like, not too much has been said. They don't get talked about a lot. But, like, let's just not sleep. Like, they're only, in their Atlantic standings, they're second behind Boston. 44-18, and New York is 40-21. So, they're not too far behind, in the standings. And I believe Cat was out the other night when they played the Warriors, and he lost. You had I want to say Ejinobi, who stepped it on up, who had a nice solid game. Yep, OG. Yep, he dropped 29. So that's something to watch for this game against the Knicks, because with no Cat out, and then you had OG drop 29, Mikal Bridges gave you 15, Jalen gave you another 25. Like, that's something to watch, because Cat, we know, we understand, what he is and who he is as a player. I still don't know his status for the game. I'm pretty sure it'll probably be game time if it's not, out. Just doing some. So Towns will be available, of course, to play against the Lakers. Oh, because as you know, people get real healthy when it's time to play the Lakers. But fine, that's fine. It's the game to see. So Towns missed the last 2 games. It was like dealing with a personal issue, so it wasn't anything bodily. But that's going to be interesting to see how the Lakers defend Karl Anthony Towns, considering what he can do. He can shoot from the outside. He can get you on a post. Doesn't really have too much of a post game. He can shoot from the mid. He can do some things around the basket. He is averaging 13 rebounds, so it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be nice to see what he does. This year he's averaging 24 points with 13 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block, and 1 steal. Averaging about 3 turnovers. So he's playing some pretty efficient basketball. It's going to be pretty interesting. And then you have to play the Boston Celtics, which I believe could be a finals. Could be a finals matchup. That is going to be a real litmus test. I think New York is for sure going to be a litmus test for sure for the Lakers, just to kind of see where they are with against another big man, like a elite big man. Like I know Cat, has, but he ain't no chopped liver. Like Cat will serve you up, nice 40 piece. We've seen him before, 50 piece. Like he will do it to you. So that's going to be interesting to see. And plus, New York also is another, obviously, because Tibbs is their coach. So, they're going to be playing some defense. You're going to be playing, run up and down. So it's going to be interesting to see the matchups, who Miles Bridges matches up again, who OG matches up against. Again, you dealing with Luka and LeBron. That's just off top. That's just the first two. And then you got to deal with Austin Reeves and Rui. They'll probably be back, but we'll see. But even if they don't, you still get to see a undermanned Lakers team versus a healthy New York team. So that's going to be interesting to see. In Boston, that's going to be interesting. So those are the top teams in the East outside of Cleveland. So, and I don't think they would have to see them in the finals if the Lakers was to play Cleveland. But I believe Lakers and the Boston is our finals preview. And that's going to be great to see with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum against LeBron and Luka. And it's in Boston. Oof. That is going to be a classic game. Like, you might see LeBron. That game going to be crazy. Crazy. I can't wait to watch that. That game is going to be good. But yeah, man, I believe the Lakers are set up well right now, of course, for the future. But for right now, with how they've been gelling and coming together, they didn't see themselves probably really not getting to a chance to get into a contention. I mean, of course, get into the playoff. But now that they see how they're gelling, oh, man, LeBron feeling kind of just looking real.
Yo, what can I say? It's just a day in my life. I'm up early in the morning, in bed early at night.
Looking real, I can go get number 5-ish. Luka was just in the finals last year. Let's not forget this. He was just in the finals last year.
Throws it inside, Doncic, and lays it up with a foul. Not just the ball containment, but the contests on those threes. Hauser on Doncic. Doncic turns, shoots.
So you don't think Luka, he already been through it. He know how that feel to lose. Now he I'm playing with Bron. Dude I grew up watching. Let's go. And he passing the torch. Something he was trying to do AD. He passing that torch. Let's get it. So, Lakers come out to win 136-115 against New Orleans Pelicans. LeBron James went ahead and dropped another 30 ball, giving you 34, 6 assists, 8 rebounds. Luka Doncic gave you 30 points, 15 assists, 8 rebounds. Jackson Hayes gave you 19, 10 rebounds, and Lakers pull out the victory. Watch out. Not saying that they're going to be, but you get past that OKC, you get past them Denvers. It's getting sticky.
Knock, 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 knocking at the door.
Next up, some somber news. Kyrie Irving. Yeah. So Kyrie played against the Sacramento Kings the other night. Sacramento won 122-98. It was a great game by Zach LaVine. He dropped 22 points at a plus 28. LaVine been balling since joining those Sacktown. Had DeRozan for 20, Malik Monk 13. But all that is overshadowed by the injury of Kyrie Irving, who finished the game 9 minutes played, 2 of 4 from the field, 3 of 3 from the free throw. 1 rebound, 1 assist. Left the game with 7 points. I'm sure everybody got a chance to see it by now. Kyrie was driving the lane as Kyrie generally does. Making plants, and you know how Kyrie finishes at the rim, all types of crazy angles. And this particular play, it didn't go as well we wanted it to. He was driving down the lane. He split a double team, jumped off the right, planted on the left, went to take the shot, and he was on the ground. And he kind of sensed it. It was just kind of like one of them things of, did this just happen? I've played sports, but I haven't had any major injuries. But I do have a brother who did play football. He had 2 ACL injuries, 1 on each leg. So I've seen that before. And I didn't even want to speculate when I saw it, but it was kind of one of the things like, if you run a game, any sport, and you watch them long enough to see players get hurt, you can kind of tell. You know what you can tell. Just the same with Achilles. You kind of can tell. So it was very disheartening to watch. Kyrie is one of my favorite players to watch. I watched a few of his games at Duke. We played 11 of them. But I did watch him in the league. You know, of course, playing alongside Brian, winning the championship with the shot. Being with Boston, you know, Kyrie's career is you kind of had to kind of look at it a few different ways. And this Mavericks Kyrie was a different Kyrie. Like, he played more free. He was more vocal. He was more open with the media, with his thoughts and everything. And I think that stint in Brooklyn really kind of just opened it up to let him know, like, bro, at the end of the day, son, I play basketball. That's it. Y'all watch this game for entertainment. I hoop. I put my body on the line every day to go out here and entertain y'all. You know, so Kyrie's career is one that you have to look at kind of like just, you can't just dismiss the talent Kyrie is. You can't dismiss his play on the court and how magical it looks with the wizardry, from his handles to his finishes to, it's just everything about his game. It's just, he plays a beautiful brand of basketball. And people can feel how they feel about, you know, his time in Brooklyn and how they hammered everything with, you know, with the shot and everything. But at the end of the day, bro, we're just like, man, listen, there's some crazy stuff going on in these times right now, and the last thing I could be worrying about is taking a damn shot to go play some basketball. I got a family to worry about. I got, you know, other people worry about. It's bigger than basketball right now, and I think that's what he was trying to get people to understand. It was just bigger than basketball, and I understand everybody just wanted this break away from what was going on in the quote unquote real world. But Kyrie was like, I can't do that. Internally it won't sit right with me, and I'm not done with y'all. Yeah, so. And people can say they called him a championship and all this, and because they had James Harden and Kevin Durant, but it was just one of them things where that's why KD was just like, shit, that's on. That's how that man feel, basically. You hear me? So that's just how it is. But it is disheartening to see because Kyrie in the game of basketball is something that people still want to see. And it's something that the game needs. They need a Kyrie Irving. He is that Allen Iverson without the attitude of an Allen Iverson. Like, Kyrie is a little serene, lay calm back. But he is a shrewd operator. Don't get me wrong. Kyrie would, he's a smart brother. He's an intellectual dude. So he ain't crazy. But for the most part, Kyrie real chill. It's Uncle Drew.
Don't reach, young blood. Don't reach. Don't reach, young blood.
He the owner that come up and we know he used the ball, so you want to play, you want to play with him, you want to run a team and get in the family reunion basketball game. Everybody wants Uncle Kai, but Kyrie has really been a real beacon. He's been a real light for these last few seasons since entering with Dallas Mavericks. It's like he got down here to Dallas and it was just like a whole new type of person. But, Jason Kidd is, one of them players. He's a player's coach, and so he definitely understands, with everything, with scrutiny, Jason Kidd has some of his own, things that he, he's dealt with in his career. But for the most part, man, it was just beautiful to see Kyrie play basketball and to see him go down on a play that you've seen Kyrie make hundreds of times with crazy angles. It was just like,
here's Kyrie Irving driving on Melton and hangs. Oh my goodness, what a finish!
I think they oh my goodness,
Kyrie.
What a handle.
Great outlet by Love and Kyrie Irving. 29 days this year. Extra day to celebrate Black History Month. Kyrie Irving.
Tristan Thompson carrying it from this crowd for his hustle. Irving with a series of moves.
Man, and I'm not a Mavericks fan. Like, I'm not I just live here, but it was when Luka was here, I of course was excited to watch him play. But I could certainly try to understand, what it is to have a player that traded with that you didn't expect. So that was like the Saints trading Breeze for, I don't know, a young quarterback then, but just trading for a young quarterback or something. And it's just like if we traded for Patrick Mahomes when he was with the Chiefs. They did have Sean Payton did have a chance to draft him. So it's kind of one of them things. It's kind of like, just shocking. So to see not only Luka is traded to LA, having a blast right now, and coming to his own. You had AD give you a nice little solid 30 minutes, and then he got hurt, and now he could be potentially going for the season. And now you got Kyrie. That's a trifecta right there. And the only thing that's going to put the nail in this Dallas Mavericks coffin and Nico Harris, Luka win the championship this year. Think about it. Dallas had the aspiration of, okay, we go move Luka, we get AD, we have a chance right now. Right now. No, man. So a lot of people could say like it's karma, and hey, she's fickle. She's fickle, man. And right now, man, you got Luka ancestors out here going crazy. But nah, man, I think Kyrie is an unfortunate injury. You know, a play that he makes countless number of times. It just so happened to, at this time when he did make that play, it ended up the other way, which it could be a blessing in disguise. You know, I say, you know, sometimes things that happen to you, you know, that are bad happen to you can be potentially something that can keep you from doing something worse. So I know it kind of sucks because it's kind of like, dang, like a person had to be a part of this type of, you know, thing to where he had to be hurt and now he has to recover. But if you a Dallas fan right now, you looking like, man, we just no luck right now. No luck right now. So, yeah, just continue to send, you know, your prayers to Kyrie and wish him a speedy recovery. You know, reaching out to him, tweeting to him. He did post videos letting know he is in good spirits. I know he was on the edge of trying to, you know, like another big contract coming up, and we'll see how that it is, you know, after the season, because I believe he may be can sign an extension or be a free agent. So it's gonna be real interesting to see, you know, how Kyrie, you know, comes back from this at his age, knowing his injury history, and hopefully we haven't seen the last of Kyrie at his absolute best, I guess, if you want to say, because he was having a damn good season in Dallas. It's going to be interesting to see. Kyrie was averaging 24, 4 assists, 5 and 4 rebounds. So almost 25, 5 and 5 with a block, almost 2 steals a game. And I know they say like his minutes, but at the end of the day, man, you play ball. That's it. I understand, you know, his injury history and his increase in minutes with the Luka Doncic trade. I don't know if that fully played into that. That's just that's just your body just kind of, that's just a weird play. Because, again, if you watch that play is something that Kyrie does countless times. It's just the fact of that, like, just the space and the environment that the Mavericks are in right now is just like the NBA guys, and it's just kind of like taking control right now. Just like, nah, Kyrie, go ahead and sit this one out, dog. Because you having to do something that you didn't ask for. You didn't ask for them to trade Luka. They didn't even come to you. They just did it. Not to say that AD is a bad player, but you didn't ask for AD. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of things. Like, Kyrie didn't ask for this. He was just doing what he's supposed to be doing. And then he went out and did what he always do and ball and got hurt. And it sucks because now we don't get to see this no more. Now we don't get to see a Dallas and, you know, potential Lakers matchup with AD and Kyrie versus Luka and LeBron in the playoffs. You know? So we get to miss that. But I think, you know, Kyrie will be back. I wish him a speedy recovery. Just so happened to get wrapped up in that. You know, he's a very spiritual person. So I believe if we share some of those beliefs, then I believe that he feel like, unfortunately, I had to be the one. But who else could it be except, you know what I'm saying? So it's just one of them things. It's an unfortunate injury. We wish him a speedy recovery. And we wish him to see him back on the court. But shout out to Kyrie. Man, one of them greats. Top 75, top 100 players all time. You will never forget the shot that he did, you know, of course, for Golden State. And
Irving drives on Green, gets inside, off balance, comes up short, gets his own rebound and puts it back. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good! Kyrie Irving from downtown! Steph Curry on Kyrie Irving. They get exactly what they want. Everybody out of my way. It's time to dance. Gets him one-on-one, lulls him to sleep, forces a late contest. Kyrie Irving, but it's a play he's made his entire life. The ability to score and flat out get it done on the offensive end.
And we just wishing the best, and we can't wait to see you after your Curry. And we just hope that we can still be able to see that same Kyrie that we saw before, before his injury. So, you get well, my brother. We with you. Shout out to Kai. All right, y'all. This part of the show is sponsored to you by Riley Fries. I'm just fucking with y'all. Y'all eat Riley Fries? Do y'all even know what Riley Fries are? All right, for those that y'all don't, I'm from New Orleans, and in New Orleans we got Riley's, which is basically like the Whataburger of New Orleans. So you can go there, 12, 1 o'clock, and get you a burger. And Riley Fries is always the popular choice. So when I go back home, and I go to Riley's, I get the Riley burger with your fries, but you got to get a milkshake, strawberry milkshake, and an apple pie. I'm not even a big person when it comes to pastries or bakery items with fruit filling. It's not my big thing, but I would smack a Riley's apple pie. A Riley's apple pie, a Church's apple pie, and on a good day, maybe a Popeyes. But definitely Riley's and Church's. And if you from the South, and if you from Louisiana, and you know...
Ain't that right? He ain't lying. That's right.
If you know, you know. So yeah, Riley Fries. So just mention on that. I got a question. When y'all finish with y'all ketchup, did y'all put it in the refrigerator, or you put it back in the cabinet? I got a question for y'all. Cause y'all know growing up, it's a little different when it came to different people household. You got some people who had a ketchup still in the cabinet, get all that crunchy sound and stuff like that. But other people will put it in the fridge. Like I got it in the refrigerator right now. After I opened it, so because that's just me. But yeah, go put in the comments if you put your ketchup in the refrigerator or you leave it in the cabinet. Now we're gonna make a segue to football. Lot of news in football right now. In the NFL going on, you got the combines, draft be here soon. So it's just a lot of good stuff happening right now. You had Patrick Surtain, who Defensive Player of the Year, PS2 for the Denver Broncos. I'm a person, I love defense. I played DB when I played ball my semi-pro career. That was my thing. I played DB. Any version of football, whether it was pitch up tackle or flag, I'm like a ball hawk. I love making the quarterback upset. I love taking the ball away. Just the beauty of an interception is it's immaculate.
End zone. Intercepted. Kaepernick, end zone, Crabtree. Broken up, picked off. This game is over. Not in the end. Rivers, open. Jackson drops it, and Overmyer almost. Taylor steps up, airing it out.
So shout out PS2, and PS2 is one of the people being from Louisiana. Obviously, LSU is that's the team. Excuse me, but of course you gotta pay your respects to others, especially if it's competition like Alabama. So Patrick Surtain played for Alabama, and just give him my respect. Tip of the cap. In signings, you saw Saquon Barkley. Shout out Saquon Barkley.
Somebody call a Brinks truck, bounce back. Somebody call a Brinks truck, bounce back. Somebody call a Brinks truck, bounce back. Somebody call a Brinks truck.
Okay, like Saquon is having an awesome time right now. Like awesome time right now. As you know, he's Super Bowl champion. And as you know, he was traded. Well, not traded, but Giants didn't keep him, and Eagles picked him up, and won a Super Bowl, and now he's the highest paid running back. Shout out to Saquon Barkley, because he deserves it. He got an extension. This is what happens when you do right by your players. And hopefully you get other NFL teams that, take note. But take care of your players who take care of you. And I just think that's just that should just be the rule of thumb with things, because it's like, why wouldn't you want to take care of your players? You know what I mean? Especially when they're the catalyst on why you was even able to reach, or why your team was able to reach the team success and that team goal that you were able to do. So Eagles rewarded Saquon Barkley with a 2-year, $41.2 million contract extension that makes him the highest paid running back in NFL history. The deal makes Barkley the NFL's first $20 million plus per year running back. And he also has the ability, to earn even more, incentives and everything. But I'm happy for that, because black man go get your money. Running back go get your money. As you know, the running back position has been devalued over the course of seasons. And they feel like the running back, they just go get one and we're going to be fine. Which in some cases it used to be kind of true. But nowadays we see that the quarterback needs that running back. I know for sure that the Eagles don't get to this point. They don't get to the Super Bowl without Saquon. Dude tops in the 1-2 in the league when it came to rushing. Obviously, him and Derrick Henry was the top two running backs in the league. Saquon finished the year with 2,005 yards. Derrick Henry had 1,921 yards, and then right behind him, Bijan with 1,456, Taylor for 1,431, and Jahmyr Gibbs 1,412. So if you just take those 5 running backs right now, you just tell me Saquon just got read up. Derrick Henry, I don't think he'll be able to, get that, unfortunately. But it is good to see that Saquon is that next running back that is setting that new standard. Bijan, if Saquon got 20, what you think Bijan going to get?
You see, Mr. Powers, I love gold. The look of it, the taste of it, the smell of it, the texture.
Because he is everything for Atlanta. And especially if they start to have team success and playoff success, Bijan is going to be enrolled for that 15 to 18. He's going to get C-Mac money. Jonathan Taylor, okay, he's been a little injury prone. Jahmyr Gibbs, I'm sorry. What? Do you not see the trait? Like, we're in a new age right now, a new era of football where running back is going to get their respect. It used to be a time where you can go get your nice running back, and you know, if a running back gave you 1,000 yards, it was a great year for them, and your team did a hell of a job going get them in free agency or draft them, whatever. But now we talking running backs like 1,200, 1,300 yard years. Mind you, we got 20 games now, 18 games now. So of course the 1,000 yard mark is not looked at as it used to, but it's still a good barometer. It's still a good, measuring stick, because some running backs can't even get 1,000. But I'm so happy for Saquon, man. He deserves it all after the past year he's had from the Giants letting him go, not thinking that he's able, deserving of that money. Talking about, you're gonna pay a $40 million quarterback. I'm not gonna give it to a $12 million running back. Well, how about a $30 million quarterback, $40 million quarterback, I would, $35 million. I think Jalen Hurts around there somewhere. Hand it off to a $20 million running back. How about that? I know everybody, they talking about, the Giants, that man deserves his money, and give him his money. James Cook probably gonna be up next. Try to get some of that. Try to get a little bite at that apple. I don't think he get 20, but if he can get around the Z-Mac money a little bit more, yeah, because he's Josh needs him in that backfield. You need him to take a couple hits off. Pick up some blitzes. You need that running back, and not too many running backs about to give you 1,500 plus yards with 500 plus receiving. You know what I mean? Like dual threats. And now you got Genty coming in, and I believe Genty might be one of those Saquon type backs. He doesn't have that. He don't have that flash like Saquon do, because Saquon got like a little finesse with his game. He got like just a little swag with his game. Well, Genty more of like a brew. He like a fast Derrick Henry, but on a small, more compact. Like if you Kareem Hunt with some speed, you know what I mean, and that ability to really take off and go, when you hit the hole and be a home run hitter. I think Genty is in that category, and if Genty can come in with the type of impact like a Jahmyr Gibbs and have a season like a Saquon Barkley and have that team success, might start looking at these running backs look more seriously. So shout out Saquon. I'm glad that he got his paper, and let's keep it rocking and let's keep improving on the running back position, because that is a very important position, and that's one of the positions that once they get to a certain age, they like to just kick them to the curb. And I'm glad we have players like Saquon and Derrick Henry is still able to compete at a high level and perform at an elite level, and show why the running back is still important to the offense.
Pockets ain't empty, cuz. And we ain't hungry no more either, bruh.
All right, Chad. So Saquon got his bag. The next Brinks truck that backed up went to the doorstep of Maxx Crosby in Vegas. He recently just signed a 3-year, $106.5 million extension that includes $91.5 guaranteed, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. I respect Maxx Crosby. I think he's a top defensive end in the league, a top 5 edge rusher. You got your likes of T.J. Watt, Hendrickson, who is also going to be looking to get some money from the Bengals. Trey Hendrickson. You have Michael Parsons, Myles Garrett, who's also looking to sign an extension. Daniel Hunter, T.J. Watt. You have the Posters. It's a lot of people that's going to be looking to get that bag. Specifically, Micah. He already told the Cowboys that he wanted to be the highest paid. And now that this deal has came out, I know Jerry Jones is seething right now, because the price is only going to go up, and you know, it's good. It's fun that these things are going to be happening to the Cowboys, because it's teams like the Cowboys that think, you know, a player is just supposed to just bow down to their because of who they play for. And I understand that the allure of the Cowboys kind of brings you much more than the average franchise would to any other player. But we're talking about a person like Michael Parsons, who can go to any franchise and be a star. So I think that's one thing Dallas has to understand about themselves. Like, listen, I understand y'all. Dallas are the most valued franchise in the NFL at like $4 billion, something crazy. But the only reason is because people are delusional. Y'all don't win. Like, literally, Jimmy Johnson just retired from his second career. He started that broadcasting, 95? When was the last time the Cowboys won a championship? I didn't. So you mean to tell me that this man then coached you, won championships from you, and then retired and entered a second career, and he's not retiring from his second career? I don't know, you know. And Jerry waited to sign CD. He waited to sign Dak, and he's probably thinking he wish he never done that. And now bring on Micah. Micah wants to be the highest paid. And 9 quarterbacks. So you might want to get it done, because you still got Jamar Chase out there trying to get that bag too. And brother trying to get more than my son, Justin Jefferson. So Cowboys need to get on it. But shout out to Crosby for another, shooter drop with the players getting paid, and which I have no problem with, because you have all these TV contracts, you have all these streaming. Get your money. Get to that bag. What L.A. Russell said, his groceries outside. Get to that bag.
Bag, go get that bag. His groceries outside. Go get that bag. Is that DoorDash? Go get that bag. Man, get up off your ass. Go get that bag. Man, go get that bag. Yeah.
10s, 20s, 50s, 100s. We're about to count this money.
10s, 20s, 50s, 100s. Finna go invest this money. What time is it? Time to go get that bag.
You hear me? So go get it. You play a dangerous game. You play a dangerous sport. We just seen the defensive end for Detroit go down. So Aiden Hutchinson. So go get your money, man. Go get your money. There ain't none of this stuff promised. You got your health. You playing. They got y'all playing 18 games. About to be 20. Go get that bag, because clearly they not worrying about y'all safety. They try and keep y'all salaries as low as possible while they get all the rest of the money. And Goodell, he collecting the bag, so he ain't doing nothing but just reasoning with the owners. And that's another thing, we got the players have to understand, and they leverage, especially when it comes to that CBA. You got to start asking for stuff, man. You got to start sacrificing things too. We've seen baseball do it a lot when it comes to their stuff. They like, when we ain't playing no World Series, all that. And now they getting bags. They let they dragging from. They can't even carry it all. NBA. I mean, they talk about the players and players get too much money. But the players are one generating this money as well. I know my only issue is I believe that it should be a sliding scale with this stuff, because there's no reason why a player like Trevor Lawrence should be at the top of the line getting paid top of the line money. People like Tua, people like Daniel Jones, and we see how that turned out. Like, can we start getting our actual contracts to people that actually earned it? Like, I was watching the facility, And Shady made a good point. He was like, bro, like, we got to stop trying to act like these Sam Donors of the world deserve $100 million when it's not true. You know what I mean? Like, he was a part of a good team, part of a good squad. You put him anywhere else, he's not going to have the type of success. Brock Purdy is another one. I saw a report that they're going to start the negotiations like 45. Why not 40? Daniel Jones? Come on, man. Okay, 42. Because he's a little bit better than Daniel in success. But you put him anywhere else, he is not going to have the same success. He's not going to have another Kyle Shanahan offense. Not going to have a Debo. He's not going to have a Christian McCaffrey, a Brandon Ayuk, a Jennings. Like, not going to have these type of things. So, and I believe that that's how these franchises be strapping themselves to these quarterbacks, to these contracts. Because a team doesn't want to be in this abyss of brown paper bags for years to come. And it's unfortunate, you know. So hopefully they start to look at these contracts a little bit better, and they can start actually paying people that deserve these contracts. And, you know, people like Maxx Crosby, not just giving them money just to get them to stay because that's all you got to bring to put asses in seats. Like, come on, man. Like, look at Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett said, man, I'm trying to win. I've been here my whole career. I'm trying to win. You know who else said that? LeBron James. And he left him, we ain't gonna win. Go get y'all bag, brothers. These owners gonna get theirs anywhere they go. Even the owner GM for the Giants, when you were talking about Saquon, it was just like, that's the best thing that we have. Like, as far as like a product. You know what I mean? That's how you look at you. Not a person, not nothing. No, you a product. That's the best product we have. So, shout out to Maxx Crosby getting that bag. I believe Micah's going to be asking. If I'm Micah, I'm looking for 110. I'm looking for 120, and I need 100. I need 100 bun.
Proud of bag because he proud of me. Full of honey buns. With a honey bun. You know what I'm saying?
Microwaved on 15 seconds. Guaranteed. Come on, Jerry. Holla at me, player. You all that all in, all this, all. Come on. Holla at me. So, go get y'all bag, players. Because I'm on to getting theirs. All right, y'all. We're going to get into the draft a little bit. Excuse me. I've never really watched too much of the draft. Well, the combine, I should say. I watched a little bit of it. I saw like some of the wide receivers and the running backs and some of the quarterbacks that were throwing. One wide receiver that I saw specifically was Matthew Golden. I watched him a little bit at Texas. I did watch him in the championship game. He ran a 4.29. Now, that was faster than I thought. Because if you look at him, he's compact. A little bit on the smaller size. He reminds me a little bit of like a Steve Smith. But I didn't expect him to be that 4.29 fast. And I think that helped lift his draft stock. He had an awesome game. And it was just, I just didn't expect him to be that fast. So, shout out to him. I also saw, can't get the guy's name, but he went to Missouri, the third, like Braden or something like that. He looked good too. It was a couple quarterbacks that I saw that can help their draft stock. Seth Hannigan.
Yeah, here's Hannigan throwing a bomb right now.
You know, and for the receivers, right, what's different for these guys? In college football, one foot in bounds is a completion. Now these guys are catching this ball on the boundary, and they got to get two.
think he went to Utah State, and Maxx Crosby. Went to Arizona State, and I watched them a little bit with some of the top wide receivers they got to throw to. Your Bonds and your Goldens. You got a Missouri. Has some good tight ends out there as well. But I think they helped lift their draft stock a little bit. I don't see them as like a day one, but they definitely can be late day 2, day 3. Good projects. They just look better. Just kind of in the situation that we're in. I know it was some talks about Will Howard's combine, which, I mean, from what I saw, I was like, I don't say it's a lot to be desired. I'd say he will have some early struggles. Just some inaccuracies, overthrown balls. And I know they say, like, the receivers or their, you don't know them, there's no chemistry. But I think that should help your case even more, because you don't know them and you're still able to put this ball on the spot. And you're still able to at least look like you can make this NFL throw. And I know everybody like to say, oh, they're only in shorts and t-shirt. Yeah, but it's like you can get that, you can kind of see that in the real game in your mind based on what you're seeing here, how that would translate. And, he made a couple of throws and he missed a couple of throws. And some of the analysts and some of the scouts and people that watch agree. So but you had guys like Brady Cook. He had a decent combine from just throwing to the running backs. Will Howard, it can be fixed. It's just, he'll have a better career, long term. I just think he'll just struggle just coming out. But I did see some good stuff out there. Now I did want to get into is this whole Sheduer Sanders, brash, arrogant. Just want to get into that conversation a little bit, because that type of shit pisses me off, if you ask me. Because, and I know you guys saw it,
one of the top quarterbacks, or the top quarterback, is what are y'all going based off of? Because I did it year after year after year, and you see the progression. So it's like, obviously, it got to be some type of external hate that you have for the family, for the last name, for anything, because I know I proved myself on the field.
The question that they asked him at the combine, he's a confident young man. Okay, you know who his dad is? Like, I don't get it. Like, do they expect people to just walk around with this insecurity about themselves and thinking that they shouldn't feel like they are the best at what they're doing? You ask anybody in the world at doing anything. You can ask the best chess player. You can ask a person who throw hard shoes. I'm the best. Dominoes, I'm the best. Spades, I'm the best. I don't get it. You going to the NFL, okay? You can't be timid going to no NFL. What type of person want that? It was this tweet by Sheena Anderson. I'm disappointed to hear that a quarterback's coach from a team drafted in the top 7 referred to Sheduer Sanders as coming off brash and arrogant in his team interview and making his assessment known to a number of people. And she says she's personally not naming the team. Shout out to Sheena. When she speaks out, you listen. And It was a comment that quoted the tweet, and it said, I'm going to say it out loud. Teams resent the fact that Sheduer has Deion by his side, and he is already wealthy, so they can't treat him like some jock that comes from the poverty that is just happy to be drafted, a.k.a. Sanders has too much leverage. I 100 million% agree. I know Stephen A. Said earlier, he basically said the same thing, alluding to it, just saying that they're going to have to deal with Deion. But my thing is, these GMs of this good old boys club see someone that don't look like them, come from a different background, and has success at a young age, and don't need your money. That's what you mad about. You don't need your money. He can quit today and be good. But y'all mad about that because he come in like that. He ain't got to sit there and act like he got to scrape and y'all mad about that. And what he look like. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's call a spade a spade. And stop fooling ourselves. Let's call the spade a spade. Because let's just be honest. How many times do you get an athlete whose father is a even more supreme gifted athlete who is widely known as one of the best, if not the best, football players or athletes of all time?
It's confidence. I don't consider it cockiness. I feel like I was somewhat of an entertainer doing what I love to do.
I keep that Draco when I step. Niggas bitches, they'll talk about you but never say how they.
Think about that. Dude, every team he went to, he would win. He was the piece. Whether it's Cowboys, 49ers, Atlanta. Didn't matter. Didn't matter. Prime time is that dude. He is that boy. He is Himothy. He is him. One of the original GOATs. And his son he poured that into him. Dude is a winner. Jackson State, Colorado, high school. It don't matter. Y'all like to bring up, we played this. Look at the tape. Look at the film. What the film tell you? He'll tell you himself, because they got a video out there that he assessed himself, but ain't nobody playing that. And he said, it's from some times where I held on to the ball too long. Yeah. And I think that's one of his biggest knocks when he was at Colorado. He just holds the ball too long, man. He just taking too many unnecessary sacks, man. The play is over. Throw the ball away. Go down. You know what I mean? So like I said, let's call it a spade because Cam Ward is exuding the exact type of confidence, but Cam Ward don't have Deion Sanders as his dad. Y'all seeing the LeBron James effect in the NFL, and I tried to tell y'all, I told y'all, go back in my videos, I told y'all this was gonna be happening. But the GMs don't like that. They don't like that because they got to answer to your daddy, who black, rich, successful, wealthy, and a prominent figure in that league. So you really can't fuck over my son, and I'm not about to let you. See, again, the problem is it's the shade, because Archie don't have that brash and arrogance, all that, whatever, that Deion got. But Archie was still making moves in the league. That's how he got his son to be from San Diego to New York. So let's stop kidding ourselves. Let's stop. Y'all want to bring up all this. Oh, he ain't doing this. What has he done? This he being sport. Stop it. Let's call it what it is, man. Because I've never sat down with the guy, but I've always been that person from day one who is always be like, Deion his daddy. So what you expect? What do you expect? I told my own partner. My partner, had an issue with that type of stuff too. I'm like, bro, what do you expect? That's who he is. That's his dad gave him that confidence. Go swag your shit, son. As long as you winning, as long as you doing what you need to do, man, forget what everybody got to say.
They told me bust out my AP, perfect timing. Got them baguettes up on my neck, and stay shining. It's never hot around my jewelry, chase a climbing. I went and got
perfect timing. So I think it's unfortunate, just like they were saying earlier on ESPN, First Take, was like it's unfortunate that we even gotta get this shit air. And we gotta talk about this type of stuff because it's unfortunate. But ain't nobody bringing up the elephant in the room. That's a black That's a black man. It's a black quarterback, and he don't need your money. Not only he don't need your money, he come in here telling you, yeah, I turn around 2 programs, and I believe I can come in the NFL and I can turn around. So you don't think I can come in and do it? So I ain't fresh? Okay. Forgot a woman earlier from First Take, but she said that she mentioned that talking to the GMs like the Cleveland Browns, who sat down with Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, and Sheduer, and they all said that you should take me number 1. Like what? And she also mentioned that these new players, they coming in with some money on them, the NILs, that don't give them all the runway to act like they the shit. But for those certain select, yeah. But that's how it is now. And y'all don't like when the rabbit got the gun, huh? No, that leverage swinging the other way. Now you don't like that no more, because now motherfucker could tell you they parameters and how this gonna go down. You don't like that. I mean, who does if you think about it? But y'all really don't like that in that private club of y'all's. You don't like that at all. And now you got somebody who don't look like you, don't walk like you, don't talk like you, none. And you mad, you upset. So now you're gonna try to say all this stuff out in the media and try to bring his value down. And which, if I'm Sheduer, hey, send me somewhere I could really develop on something. Send me somewhere with a nice little offensive line. You see me out there at Cleveland, Tennessee, New York. Go ahead. I got money. I'm good. Do I want to be taking top 5? You know what I mean? Who doesn't? Because obviously, it's gonna be something that's a pelt. Something you can carry around. I was a top 5 draft pick. All right, okay. Tom Brady the GOAT, and he was the last pick. And guess who is behind Sheduer? So y'all really think he really care about the fuck y'all got to say? No, he don't. If he don't go top 5, okay, he just don't go top 5. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna look to try to prove that shit to y'all. Get that man an offensive line with a couple weapons and a running game. Come on, man. Y'all ain't doing enough tape watching. Y'all ain't doing enough football watching with me. Y'all just, what they say nowadays, y'all just yapping. It's just yapping. But let's call it a spade. We know what it is. But shout out to Sheduer. Don't stop being who you are, dude. They'll love you when you start winning games, and everybody start holding up their wrists in the NFL, and yeah. So I can't wait to see him in the league. I can't wait to see Travis in the league, Cam, Abdul. It's this whole draft class. It's a nice little draft class, with some speckled talent and a lot of talent that you probably didn't even know was there. So I think this is gonna be a good draft class. But let's call it a spade. But it's all good. Sheduer, keep doing your thing, dog. Perfect time, man.
I stayed grinding. They told me bust out my AP. Perfect timing. Got them baguettes up on my neck. I stay shining. It's never hot around my jewelry. Chains are climbing. I went and got that new Maybach. I stayed grinding. These can't with me. Yeah, they lying. I ain't even hit my peak. I ain't trying. 100K for a sign.
All right. Just gonna switch gears. Recently seen this video with T-Pain. They was getting on him because he was, I believe he was around like commercial, like Coach, and people were just saying like, "Wow, aren't you taking the private jet?" Take a look.
To take a private jet from Atlanta to Vegas and then back to Atlanta is $126,000. And y'all are asking me, do you understand what I'm saying? Are you okay now? You feel like it? No private jet? What? You're not taking a private jet? You're not spending all this money to go make money? How would you do that? In what world is that smart? Then y'all be like, hey, going broke again.
Yeah. So, as you can see, everybody ain't got to fly private, and, for some people, it just works better. I mean, we heard people like Ocho say that he flies Spirit. D.O., Dan Orlovsky on First Take. He has, Stephen A. be upset because he like, how you fly commercial and your wife is flying Coach, and he's like, it's cheaper. There was the comments, and there was this one comment that said, I work on private jets, and I can tell you it's $1 billion lifestyle. Not many people can even scratch the surface on how much money that it takes to even charter them. Their price is just the surface price. T-Pain is very smart taking commercial. And even my thing, man, why everybody be pocket watching? Why y'all pocket watching? Only black people do that. Zuckerberg drive. He probably got like some, a nice car like a Benz or something, but dude drive like a Honda or something. Steve Jobs, I believe he drove Mercedes, but he only drove them because they would send him one. Like, we gotta get out of this notion that just because the world sees you on your particular stage, this means that you gotta spend the bread like that. If you're an actor, if you're an athlete, like you, bruh, the 1%ers maintain their wealth by keeping most of it, not spending it all frivolously on private jets, which you gotta pay for the gas. You got to pay the pilot. This is private now, so everything that comes with that is like NFL. If you own the NFL team, you have to pay everything. This is a private entity. So why would I want to spend? And I think T-Pain said he was going from Atlanta to New York, or basically he was making like 2 or 3 stops. Now, a private jet does offer convenience. I mean, you're on there by yourself. You can do whatever you want on there. So I certainly understand. But at the end of the day, man, people just gotta understand that not everybody is gonna be spending up their money like that. And the people that do be saying all that, they're the ones that go broke because they want to spend their money on shit that don't matter. You ask me, would I like to fly a private jet? Yeah, for the experience, take it once, twice. I'm like, okay, cool. But other than that, that's not something like, yeah, I'm gonna get me a plane. I'm going like Air Canada or Air Drake. No, man. So people need to stop pocket watching, man. Like T-Pain playing the smart. There's a lot of other brothers out there that do the same. Chad Ochocinco told y'all the shit. My jewelry was fake. Anthony Edwards told you himself, and you see this man on commercials. So why people? Then the people that would never have much in life, and they value very little. They worry about a lifestyle or worry about an aesthetic opposed to actually saving some of their bread. I don't know, man. It's just the world, the world that we live in. Like I tell people all the time when I talk about America, I'm like, man, we live in America where you can put your hand out and go drop in. And that's the mindset. You know what I mean? Like, of course, if you a billionaire, obviously as the person just said, that's a $1 billion type lifestyle. And listen to these artists, and they tell you all the time, oh, I got, I fucked with a chick on a PJ and all this other stuff. It's just like, when you really get down to it, it's like, but again, it depends on how much you're making. So if you're making $20 million a year, I mean, hell, 1% of that is $2 million. Right? No, it's 10%. So 1% is like 200 bands. So 10%, yeah, $2 million. That's okay. You could probably afford a couple PJ flights. But continues over 10 years, 15 years, all PJs. And you better have some serious dough flowing in. So people need to stop pocket watching and get a grip on life. All right, y'all. That does it for another edition of GTV. Man, jam-packed night. LeBron James and the Lakers beat the Pelicans 136-115. LeBron and Luka both dropped 30. LeBron gets 50K. Shout out to Saquon getting his bag. Shout out to Maxx Crosby getting his bag. Shout out to all the draftees that are going to this combine. Shout out to y'all. Keep doing y'all. And don't let nobody stop y'all. And last but not least, Kyrie, get better, man. We gonna miss you out there on the court, but just get better, and we hope to see you back next year, healthy, ready to go. So prayers out to you, sending energy and good vibes to you, baby, through the universe. And thank y'all for tuning in. Again, I'm your favorite playman, Jeff. As always, stay rooted.